Welcome back to a new video here at Life with the Bridges. In this video, we do something different, where myself and Katie spend 2 days off-grid in a safari tent in the middle of the wilderness to see whether off-grid living really is for us, with walks, fire pits, paddleboarding and so much more. So stick around for another adventure here at Life with the Bridges. As we arrived at our off-grid accommodation for the weekend, we were taken away with how beautiful the wildlife and surroundings were, and that was just the approach to the property. We unpacked the car into our complimentary wheelbarrow and followed the trail down to our home for the next 2 nights. Having spent the last 12 months plus being by our son's side through cancer and all of his treatment, then starting Teddy's road to recover after his treatment, we kind of naturally lost our identity as Scott and Kate, because 100% of our focus was on being Mum and Dad. Now our little cub was getting stronger each day, it was time for myself and Katie to simply go in search for us again. And that was what this trip was all about. It was okay to lose our identity, because it was only temporary. What we've been fighting for with our son will hopefully be forever. Because without our son in our life, there is no Bridge family, because we come as a package. But to be able to continue to give our son everything he needs as 2 parents, it's important more than ever to dedicate time to maintain a thriving marriage so that Teddy gets the best out of both of us. So the start of our journey to rebuild us to be the best marriage and parents we could ever be starts here at Barefoot Safari Tent, as we continue our quest in finding out what makes us happy and what we want for our future as the Bridge family, as we think a slower paced, more simple life is what we actually want. So join us this weekend to see if this off-grid living ticks our box for potentially our future. This is proper off-grid. Number 1s. Number 2 in the sawdust. So we have arrived here at Barefoot Safari Tent, and what a little slice of paradise this is. It's literally in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by fields and views, and got about 700 cows in front of us. I'm sure they'll wake us up early morning, but look at that. It's even got a proper good old Cub Scout fire pit. Look at that. That's what dreams are made of, that is. In the middle of nowhere. Check out these views. Now that's the sound of camping. Your wife having a wee in a compost toilet. Doesn't get better than that. We're officially living off-grid for the next 2 days. Stay tuned, chaps. So we've quickly come to a supermarket to locate some ice, because we don't have a fridge or freezer. So we've got a cool box, which needs cooling. So I'm on the hunt for some ice. Hello. Ice acquired. Who said this living off-grid malarkey was hard work? Now have cold food and drink. Steady £10 on ice, but small price to pay when we need cold food and drink. So ice acquired. Time for a stop off at a pub to start this little trip. As the sun is shining, what a time to be alive. Nearly made a fatal mistake of driving to the pub and leaving the £10 worth of ice in the car to melt. So back to the safari tent for me to get all our food and drink on ice, then back to the pub. Cool box. You're about to get cool. Ah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get cool in our own little Cheerios. Ice. Cool box. Sorted. Cooler. Cool. Back to the pub. As we sat and had our first proper drink together, just us for a long time, we undervalued what it's like just to have a normal conversation with each other as husband and wife. As you can imagine, the majority of our conversations are all about Teddy and his health, and wouldn't have it any other way. But in the mix of all of our current life, you forget to ask each other the most simplest of questions, like how are you and how's work? So this was a true breath of fresh air. After a quick drink, we returned back to our home to continue our chats and get some food on the barbecue. We're back. So we have just got back to our little safari tent and it is glorious over here. It is so peaceful. And we just sat and had a couple of shandies and just put the world to right, which is what this weekend's all about, you know, just being present with each other as Scott and Kate and husband and wife rather than, you know, mum and dad and the kind of cancer world, the hospital world and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to the next couple of days, but this is divine. Just a bit of fresh air. It's good for the soul, but for now, let's have a look at this barbecue and get some sausage on the barbie. What we got to deal with? Oh! We can work with that. We're off grid. Right, that can go down there. The gas go on. Slight technical difficulties. Blow up in our face. No, it's good. They're long matches. I'm a fire ice for a gas barbecue. Oh, we're on. Oh, this is a painful experience. Ow! Has ever got to light these individually? This isn't a quick barbecue experience, is it? Good job we got a weekend, eh? Quick! Woo! We have all 3 burners. We're good. Thank you, my love. Cheers to off-grid living. Woo-woo! Hot. Very hot. Barbecues are hot. Right, I'm going to let that burn for about 24 hours and should be clean. Rickety old fella. With the barbecue in full swing, I took a minute to go and appreciate my surroundings, take a big deep breath and made sure that I didn't take it for granted. So we have got sausages on the barbecue for a really easy sort of dinner tonight, because when you first get somewhere you just kind of unpack, you just want to unwind and, you know, just get comfortable with your surroundings and such. So we've got a really easy dinner tonight. Probably just going to chill. There's a good old classic Cub Scout sort of fire pit down there, so we might make ourselves a fire and really get into this off-grid lifestyle. But yeah, when I said it was off-grid, it is all in jest. It's actually a really amazing accommodation here. We won't be foraging for our own food and digging holes for a pool. We've actually got a lovely number 1 and number 2 toilet, which is quite an experience, I must add. But even though we will be filming it all for you, that is pretty much the only sort of time we'll be looking at our phones and stuff like that. We aren't putting anything on social media, really. It's more just being present with one another. And over 12 months we have been just 2 parents for Teddy, and it's so important for us to be able to go through this and actually speak. Like, we just stopped off at a pub for a drink and I said to Kate, how's work? You know, like simple questions like, how's your new job role and all this stuff. And we don't have that conversation on a normal day-to-day basis, and it's really important that we do. But because of normal day-to-day life, we end up just being passing ships. And so, which is why I took the opportunity to book this for us and just get away and be husband and wife again, you know. So really important for both of us. And so Teddy has gone to my mum's for 2 days. My sister and Teddy's cousins are going to be spending a lot of time with them over the weekend, and they've also got Willow as well, so we have no responsibility. We are literally just us, which is the first time in a bloody long time, ladies and gents. It really is. So it's very much needed and well overdue. So this is our time to just be Kate and Scott again. But yeah, Teddy's having a fantastic time though. Just FaceTimed him. He didn't even want to speak to me. He was too busy eating waffles and reading a book, and which is what we want. He is as happy with his grandparents as he is at home, and it means the world. So yeah, but for now I'm gonna go and tend to my sausages, and this is what Teddy's been up to. He's living the dream, the old boy.
That big melon? Huge, isn't it? Quiet. Up. There again. Up. Hey!
Yes, I know. You can see my amazingly well cooked sausages in the background. Look at these chaps, all lined up in a row, ready to go on a march, like a group of ants. This is living, ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of nowhere, being at one with nature. Already seen a little squirrel come and try and nick one of my sausages. I told him to piss off because it's my weekend, not his. And any of you other wildlife out there, you can also keep back. I've got 12 sausages here, 8 for me, 4 for Kate. All right, good. Got to put that one out there because I don't want any of you lot nicking my sausages, and maybe in the wilderness. But we're on rations out here, okay? We're living off grid. I've got 2 toilets in there, one for a wee and one for a poo. This is tough work for me. I'm a city boy, you know? Glad I got that one sorted. Bloody wilderness. Can't take them anywhere. In regards to our plans for the rest of the weekend, tomorrow morning we are hopefully going to be going paddleboarding. In terms of where and why and how and when, we don't know. We're literally just going to follow our feet this weekend. We brought our paddleboard with us, and we'll find a body of water and just go out there and enjoy it. So we've also booked a really lovely quirky pub in Rye, which is looks a little bit different. So I had it recommended to me from one of my clients, so we're looking forward to that. And other than that, we haven't really got a huge amount planned, which is nice. Really nice, because sometimes when you over create an itinerary for a weekend, you actually come back needing some time off, and this is what this trip's all about for us, is literally just to unwind, sit, relax and just be together, you know. But you guys all know me by now. I get itchy feet in terms of I always want to be doing something. I'll be up at the crack of dawn, so we'll see where these feet take us. But yeah, this time's special. It's for us, and it's a good time to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you that have followed our journey, because it's times like this that we actually get some downtime, is when myself and Katie sit and reflect and talk about what's happened in the past 12 months, and you guys have been a huge part of it. You know, you guys have seen us in our worst times and you've seen us in our best times, creating memories with Teddy. And yeah, it's truly amazing that you guys are just still there week by week, just watching our videos and supporting our channel. And we want to send a huge thank you to each and every one of you for just being our community. And the Bridge family community is strong, and hopefully it's only ever going to get stronger. So right, enough waffle. Sausage need attending to. I just can't get over how off grid I am. Look, me using a power bank. This is my only source of electricity for 2 days. 2 days. Got no plugs. No plugs at all. And I've bought a laptop, an iPad, a drone, 3 batteries, 2 phones, some AirPods and a gimbal. How am I going to charge it? I'm not, but the phone needs to stay charged so you guys can watch this. I'm pretty much Bear Grylls. You might as well just give me my qualification now, and I'm fully qualified off-grid liver. Done. Superb. I'm ready for anything. Give me any outdoor activity, I'll do it. I'm qualified now. Fully fledged off-grid hero. Job done. That was a fad anyway, so we won't worry about that one. Let's just eat a sausage, eh? Job done. Oh, happy camping. Cheers. When I booked this trip, I couldn't wait just to sit in silence and be at one with nature and listen to the wildlife that surrounds us. But I learned something today, that this is an impossible task when Katie is around.
Anyway, are there horses over the back? That's one nice and neat.
Oh, there's a fox! You see that?
No.
Can't have it over there. There's a fox.
No,
I swear on my life. I swear on my life. There's a fox and literally just ran straight through that gap in that fence there.
Well, you know that means. Best we turn those blinds down tonight, otherwise there'll be a fox in bed with you.
No, with you.
Yeah, for your sisters. Your chipper on your top. come, to be honest. Have we got one brewing?
No! Still waiting for me to fart.
I bet
Kate.
this is absolutely riddled with birds.
I bet it's riddled with birds now. If you just shh. Please, for the love of Christ.
Don't you think it's hard when you just sit, when you've been a parent for so long, through so much, to just sit in silence?
No. Well, you clearly do. Just give me 30 seconds. With all the wildlife I was trying to listen to now gone to bed, it was time to dive into my inner Cub Scout skills and start a good old traditional fire to keep us warm into the evening.
My breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're mine.
With night one coming to a close, Teddy's morning started with some hunting for some golf balls.
Where's the golf balls? Can you see any in the grass? And there's one behind you by your feet. Hey, how many have you found?
1 and 2.
2? You're going to pop them in the bag?
Wow!
Do you want to put it in the bag?
I see one.
You found another one? Good boy, pop it in the bag.
Then it was back to Nanny's for some paddling pool afternoon tea, then a bit of alfresco dining with the side of dancing, making friends with the local bugs, a quick play in the park and fed the ducks their dinner, and even had time to brush up on Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
Oh, Donald. E-I-I-O. Horse. E-I-O-O.
As a new morning started and the sound of rain bouncing off the canvas of the tent, then complemented by the noise of the neighbouring cows discussing politics from 4 AM, let's just say I didn't quite get the lay-in I was after. So stinking of campfire from the night before, I don't usually opt for a bath at home because I've never really understood the concept of laying in your own dirty water, watching your wobbly bits floating at the top of the water whilst your skin slowly turns into a giant raisin. But in this case I had no choice, so bath it was, and wowee. My lord, I was wrong. There was something about laying in warm water watching the cold rain outside, which was nothing short of fabulous. With my relaxing bath done, it was time for a nice caffeine fix to start the morning before I lit the fire, as this tent was freezing. My coffee made, I took the opportunity to sit and finally be alone with my own thoughts in the wilderness, and this was where I found most peace. No distractions, no other noises, no Kate bleating in my ear, other than nature that surrounds me, and it was a level of tranquility that I haven't felt for a very long time. Knowing Katie was still in bed and the tent being on the chilly side, I rustled up another fire in the log burner to defrost the icicles off her toes. Then it was time to fire up the barbecue to cook up a good old traditional bacon sandwich. That slower paced life I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen, I think this was it. No busy schedules, no expectations to be somewhere dictated by someone else. We are all in control of our happiness. It's merely just about putting a plan in place and making it happen. The fire in our belly had officially been lit.
So after an incredibly lazy morning, because we didn't have any alarms or children or dog to walk, we just take the opportunity to just chill out. And I think at some stage I saw my wife reading a book, which I've never seen in my life, but gives you a bit of an understanding of the tranquility and chilled out vibes we are feeling, which is lovely. But we are heading into town to look round Rye, which is our nearest and closest town. So we're going to head round and mooch around the shops, and then we've got a lunch reservation at 2 o'clock in this really quirky pub. Time to go and explore and see what Rye's got to offer.
As we explored the old town of Rye and its amazing history, we stumbled across Rye's oldest pub, which was only right we stopped off for just one drink, as it was so old, and then we continued our walk to find our lunch destination. I've walked through many pub doors in my time, but I've never walked through a door and been greeted with this. As we ordered our food and drinks, we thought it was a good time to have a good old competitive game of Yahtzee.
So I've said to Kate that if she can stack all 5 dice with her left hand in under 5 seconds, I will pay the bill. If not, she pays. The pressure, see her sweating. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hey!
With our lunch done, we popped by the supermarkets to grab some freshly squeezed orange juice, and then we headed back to our safari tent to complete the off-grid experience and go hunting for our dinner. With that incredible shot meaning dinner was sorted, we pulled up our chairs ready for a good old competitive evening of Scrabble. With our hunt filleted and a couple of burgers on for good measure, Katie got ready for a scrub in the tub, and I got the log burner roaring to keep us warm throughout the night. We were officially getting used to this off-grid living, and it felt bloody amazing.
So we have had the most chilled day ever today. Obviously when we woke up the weather wasn't very great, so the paddleboarding kind of went out the window. So we kind of just literally just did nothing really. We literally went out for some lunch and explored Rye, and we've been back playing games and just cooking a few bits and bobs on a barbecue. Kate's about to have a bath, and yeah, it's all just been lovely, chilling, relaxing and unwinding, which is exactly what this trip is all about. So I'm burning my burgers, so I need to flip them.
With our dinner cooked and our tummies full, we decided to head for an early night to appreciate sleeping in the wilderness under a canvas full of fairy lights for the final time, as we had paddleboarding to do tomorrow morning, and we were hoping the cows were going to have a lay-in. With the cows up at the crack of dawn again and me wanting to turn each one of them into a pack of 20 burgers, I got up and started packing our temporary off-grid lifestyle, ready to return back to Bridge HQ in our little cup. But first, coffee.
It has been an absolute pleasure, Barefoot Safari Tent. But for now, we're going back on grid. That is us all packed up here at Barefoot Safari Tent, and we have had such a lovely time. It's been really nice, chilled, and but we're going to hopefully go via a paddleboarding location on the way home because the sun is shining and we haven't got to pick Teddy up till after his nap. So we're going to make the use of the morning as we were up nice and early because we went to bed nice and early just to rest and recuperate. So fingers crossed some paddleboarding on the way home. Anyone that is interested in coming to stay at this place, I'll leave a link in the description below, as it is a little slice of paradise and we have just been so relaxed over the last 2 days. But yeah, we're ready to go and pick up our boy now, so a couple of things that we actually wanted to try and understand over this weekend was whether living off grid and a slower paced life, it actually works for us. And to be completely honest with you, we fell head over heels with it, to be honest. We literally had no timings, we had no expectations, and we had no want to do specific things. It was merely just about relaxing and rest and recuperating some energy and just having some downtime. And it was lovely. And to be out here in the wilderness with no busy lives that surround us is really refreshing. So it's certainly a big green tick in that box of the lifestyle we want to live in the future. But for us here at Barefoot Safari Tent, that brings everything to a close.
Go away.
Poking holes in some tissue paper that you shouldn't have put down the compost toilet.
What?
Still got a lot to learn in this whole off-grid living, haven't we? Sad times.
As we left the off-grid life behind us, we got to our paddleboarding location, ready to set sail on our maiden voyage onto the river.
Paddleboard / kayak all blown up. It's time to hit the river.
Usually when our trips come to an end, we get the holiday blues and we're sad to go home. But now we have a purpose, and our purpose is our son, and we couldn't wait to see him. But we came on this trip to understand if off-grid living and a slower paced life is what we wanted, and it's exactly what we want and more for us as the Bridge family.
What an absolute dreamy place this is. There is literally hardly anyone here. We're the only people on the river. What a way to start a Sunday. What an amazing 2 days we've had. Very much needed. We've got that little bit of respite that we both wanted. Spent some time together and feel very lucky and feel very privileged that we've got the ability for my mum to be able to have Teddy under his current circumstances. That's a perfect time to end this video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when we put up a new video. A humongous, massive thank you to all of our special Bridge family members. Your commitment to our channel means the absolute world. If you want to become a member, hit the join button here and it will take you to our membership page. And remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. Catch you in the next one, chaps.